Hey family, it's King Carus, the Black History Buff here with a story straight out of Jamaica. Now, Jamaica has officially introduced a bill to remove King Charles as its head of state and begin the transition into becoming a republic. This is a really big deal, and it's part of a wider regional shift that's been brewing for a few years. Now, let's break it down. So here's the context. Jamaica is just one of many former British colonies that became independent decades ago. In this case, 1962. But still retained the British monarchy as its official head of state. That means technically, King Charles is Jamaica's head of state, even though he's represented by a ceremonial Governor General. For years, this arrangement has been a point of debate. Some people see the Governor General's role as just a harmless tradition, but for many, it's a painful reminder of Jamaica's 350 plus years under British colonial rule. The new bill in Jamaica's parliament is all about changing that. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has set the goal of making this change by 2025, essentially cutting the final constitutional tie to the British monarchy. So what's the bigger picture here? You see, this isn't just about titles or ceremonial roles. It's part of a broader reckoning with colonial history. Let's not forget, Jamaica's past is tied to some of the darkest chapters in human history. The original Taino people were wiped out by the Spanish. Then the British moved in and profited immensely from slavery, using Jamaica as a key hub in the transatlantic slave trade. Enslaved Africans were forced to labour on sugar plantations, generating enormous wealth for Britain at the cost of unimaginable suffering. Even after slavery was abolished, the legacies of exploitation, economic dependence, and systemic inequality still lingered. To many Jamaicans, the British monarchy symbolises all of that history, and keeping the monarch as head of state feels like holding on to a relic of oppression. This push towards republicanism isn't happening in a vacuum. A few years ago, during a royal tour by Prince William and Princess Kate, Jamaicans didn't exactly roll out the red carpet for once. Instead, there were protests demanding an apology and reparations for slavery. And it's not just Jamaica. Barbados made waves in 2021 when it officially became a republic itself, cutting ties with the monarchy and installing its own president. That decision has inspired other countries in the region to consider similar moves, and Jamaica seems to be next in line. Now, let's pause for a minute and just ask a few more questions about what else might be driving this decision. So first, there's the regional momentum. As more and more Caribbean nations rethink their ties to the monarchy, Jamaica risks looking like it's clinging to the past if it doesn't act. Politicians may see this as a way to signal progress and national pride. Second, there's the reparations movement. By cutting ties with the monarchy, Jamaica strengthens its position in demanding accountability for slavery. How can you push for reparations while still recognizing the British monarch as your head of state? It don't make sense. Becoming a republic might be a strategic step towards amplifying that call. Lastly, there's national politics. Moves like this can rally support and create a sense of unity, especially in a country where issues like economic inequality and crime are pressing concerns. For the government, this could be a way to inspire some national pride and also deflect attention from other domestic challenges. So why does any of this matter? Well, as I've said before, this isn't just about Jamaica. It's part of a global story about decolonisation and the long, slow process of addressing historical injustices. For Jamaica, becoming a republic is more than a symbolic change. It's a statement of true independence and self-determination. And for such a small island, please, nobody get mad at me for saying that, Jamaica has a very large voice. For the Caribbean as a whole, moves like this signal a growing shift. The days of quiet acceptance are done, and countries are finally finding their voices, demanding recognition and reparations for the atrocities of slavery and colonialism. For me, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. It's all about reparations for me. Britain has exploited Jamaica and the Caribbean people to a degree that not many people realise. They took our freedom, they took our history, and they even took our names. And I say our because I'm part Jamaican. And reparations need to be paid for that, and they need to be paid now. All the "it was a long time ago" arguments fall flat when you realise that you have black people descended from Africans running around with surnames like Brown, Smith and Ricketts. Make it make sense. Think about the insanity of telling a man or woman with a clearly Nigerian or Ghanaian face to just get over slavery when their last name is Smith. It makes my actual blood boil. And if getting rid of old Charlie strengthens the reparations argument, I say do it today. Kick that man out the same way Britain kicked our elders out during the Windrush scandal. Britain does not love us, but they do owe us, so we need to make them pay up. But that's just me. What do you think, family? Is this move long overdue, or do you think it's more symbolic than substantial? And do you see this leading to real momentum for reparations in the future? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay blessed.